Okay, welcome guys. This is an introduction series to BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, a fighting game by Arc System Works, NGI's Fury, and I'm joined by NGI's Angel Darksong, as well as one of the best BlazBlue players in Europe, Kiba.
Now, this game, BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, has 4 franchises in it. It has BlazBlue, it has Atlas's Persona series, it has Eunice series from French Bread, and it also has Ruby and the crew from Rooster Teeth. Yes, Rooster Teeth.
Right. My name is Ray O'Connor. I've come in here to help out with the Resonance Blaze mechanic, since Kotaku's made it very well clear about how good the mechanic is. But I just wanted to be able to explain some of how the mechanics work, because it's actually very complex mechanics which involves all the other mechanics in the game. So I don't know if you've noticed, but there are 2 very small jewel at the bottom of the screen next to the tag gauges. That is like the resonance gauge, and depending on which one it is, affects your resonance blaze. And the way you build up that gauge is that when you call in assists, you will generate one gauge for a certain amount of actions that you do. For example, calling an assist or tagging during an assist increases the value. Doing DHCs changes the cancel. Doing the universal overhead also generates some too. The only thing that doesn't affect it is tags. Raw tags do not affect it at all, because raw tags do not have a cooldown, so they basically went to the way to prevent you from farming it. So you have to actually be active to be able to generate gauge, which is really important. So as you can see, you have 2 and we have 3 over there, so now I've got 4. So Resonance Blaze has multiple effects, so actually let me swap characters. Please kill off Ruby for me, Keith.
I don't know if we should be doing that. Isn't she the main character of her own show?
That's currently not one, which is the right now.
Oh. Poor Ruby.
That is the end of Ruby. He comes flying in, there we go. Right, when you see at the bottom of the screen it says Resonance Blaze active. Resonance Blaze is basically, anyone that's played BlazBlue before will think of this like overdrive. However, in this game it has a very streamlined effect. So unlike the previous fighting games of BlazBlue games, it usually increases the amount, increases the effectiveness of the character's traits. For example, Arikuni's bugs, Tsubaki's ability to gain gauge for her light attacks, and so on and so forth. However, in this one, it's a very flat bonus. So the 5 things that it affects is health regeneration. It affects how much chip damage you do. It affects your meter regeneration in terms of your super gauge. It increases your total amount of super gauge, and allows you the ability to special cancel into supers, which is a very important case, because in this game you cannot cancel specials into supers in normal circumstances. So with this, Resonance Blaze always lasts for 15 seconds. It doesn't change. However, there are certain things that manipulate the timer. So if I activate and I perform super, if you look at the timer there, it's frozen. And once it's frozen, would you mind swapping characters? The game timer will not be active. So if you notice, the chip damage is a lot higher while it's in there.
Yeah.
However, it is very much move dependent. So if I do, for example, cross/super, the chip damage is nowhere near as high, unless I do something like Zeodyne as well. And also in this game, to prevent cheesing, you cannot die by chip. So it's a way to prevent that from happening. So the next time I do super, would you mind push blocking? So if I activate again, if you notice my meter gauge is going up really fast.
Is that because of the level, or is
Yes.
it always there?
Yes, this is completely dependent on level. So if you got level 1, by the time the 15 seconds are over, you barely regenerate 7 bars. You barely regenerate 2 bars. But if you notice, I've gotten to the end, I've already got 9 bars. And once Blaze is out of active, it goes back to 5, which is the max total. So if I activate, would you mind blocking and push blocking while I do super? So if I do super, push blocking pushes my character away, but not the persona. So, however, push block does not defend you from all chip. It reduces it, but by a very small amount. Also, would you, once my gauge is over, beat on my character a bit? So it also affects health regeneration as well. Right, so that should be enough. So if I activate now, you can see the gauge comes back. So just to give you an example of how different that is. So if we reset, let's be a well, actually, we'll bring the PQube back in. Right, so take me back to one character again. So I'm not gonna press any buttons at all. So absolutely nothing. Which means that I'll go into Resonance Blaze at level 1. That's a very nice combo. So I'm now in Resonance Blaze level 1, so let me burn all of my meter quickly. So this is just an example of how the difference in check damage works. This is the standard one compared to where it was before. So I need to be 1 6 scale. Yeah, there we go. So now I'm down to 0. So if I do activate Resonance Blaze again, look how slow that meter regeneration is.
It's not at all.
Yeah, it's
going nowhere.
It's not happening. So in this game, for you to have even a chance of making a comeback, which is what this mechanic is supposed to be, you have to be activating tag cancelling and swapping characters and stuff like that. See, 4 gauges up and I barely have enough for 1 super. So if you beat me up a little, so I've got a little bit of red life there. So everyone remembers the red life regenerated before. Activate again.
It's a lot slower.
Yeah, it's a lot slower. So, but it does allow you to do things like that is, for example, is a resonance blaze only, and the super animation changes as well.
Okay.
Another thing that they've added to Resonance Blaze, which is very exclusive to Resonance Blaze only, is that the ability to do Astral Heats and Infinite Wafts. Infinite Wafts and Astral Heats, which are basically the instant kill mechanics that you used to have in the old Arc System Works games, are only available when the health gauge is at orange. And when the health gauge is at orange, you can only do them during Resonance Blaze.
Very specific.
It's very specific. Which means that actually I can't even do it on your character because you've got 1 alive still, so don't worry about it. Which means that you can only, setting up situations like that, you can use it to end the match early if both of you have Resonance Blaze. So think of it as in just similar to BlazBlue where you need overdrive to use astral finishes. Also, another change is that you saw it with Cross Slash. I think I'll perform Cross Slash without it. Don't block. Oh god, I need meter. let me activate Blaze to regenerate meter. So yeah, just an example of just how slow it is to regenerate meter in level 1 is actually like it's a hard comeback mechanic.
So when is it worth using Resonance Blaze then?
Right, because you can't cancel into Resonance Blaze, so you always have to raw cancel into it, and I don't think you can cancel a block hit me. No, I can't cancel into block either. So the only way you can activate is through raw activation. So the thing is that you don't want to be punished by activating raw Resonance Blaze either. So it's good to be full screen when you're safe, activate it and you should be okay, sort of thing. So for example, this is Cross Slash normally, 5,000 damage. In Resonance Blaze, similar to in some BlazBlue moves, the animation changes during Resonance Blaze and increased damage. So that doesn't apply to all supers, but it applies to a majority of them. So, and that is basically the roundup on Resonance Blaze. Do you have any questions, people, on that?
I think you've explained everything quite thoroughly. I think I get the gist of it.
It's a very, very good mechanic to use, but it does have its caveats. It's got its exceptions. It's not an easily abusable mechanic. For example, it's not a mechanic that comes easily. For example, when you're think of overdrive, for example.
Right.
Where in overdrive you get that back after a certain amount of time, or people use it as a reversal option, or as an option when they're behind to get a quick momentum shift. You can't use Resonance Blaze for that. It's a very calculated mechanic. And also once Resonance Blaze you've used it, you can't use it again. It's completely out. So it's a very, very all-in mechanic, which requires work, but it's a very fun one at the same time. It's very balanced.
Okay guys, thanks for watching our tips in BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle, and thanks to PQube for allowing us to be here. We hope you get some help from the tips we provide today, and follow us on NGI Events on Twitter. And thank you to both Angel Darksong and Kiba for joining me, and Ray O'Connor, our producer San over there, who's waving at us. So yeah, we do hope you enjoy BlazBlue Cross Tag Battle. Do support by buying the game, and we hope you have fun with it. So from NGI and from PQube, that'll be it.